Day 2 of round 1 of the HART Sapphire series for 2021. We've got 3 incredible games of netball coming to you live and exclusive to our socials. My name is Dave Mills. The first game we're bringing to you today is the USQ Jets Netball Club taking on the Bond University Bull Sharks. It should be a crackerjack match. It's the runners-up from last year taking on the ever-improving Bull Sharks who made the semi-finals in the inaugural year of the competition in 2019. We're coming to you live today from the Morayfield Sports and Events Centre. Like I say, we've got 3 games on to complete round 1 today. We've got the Jets versus the Bull Sharks. Then we've got the Carina League Club Tigers taking on the USC Thunder. And the big one, the match of the round, the QUT Netball taking on the Cougars, the premiers from last year, in what should be an absolute belter of a match. Last year we only had 6 teams in the comp. This year we have 8. Townsville, an old friend, has come back into the competition. They played last night. Very competitive too. Ended up losing by 14, but they were very competitive. It was only 4 at one stage late in the 4th quarter, but the experience of the Wildcats just got them in the end. So, and of course, there's a new franchise in the QUT netball. So they join us and we welcome them. So it gives us 4 games of netball every week. So we'll start with the lineups. We're looking at the USQ Jets first, and the shooter, the 197 centimetre tall Charlie Bell. She starts at GS. Beryl Friday, the goal attack. Stephanie O'Brien and captain wing attack. Brooke Hams, the centre. Michaeli Hock, one of my favourite players, wing defence. Goal defence is Siobhan Sherlaw, and Bridie Condren is the goalkeeper. That leaves Lily Cubby, Caitlin Pollock, and Abby Houston on the couch. And that leaves Tracy Jeans Fraser is the coach of this team. Nicole Grant is the assistant, and the manager is Ashley Pollock. So the Bond Uni, there's their team. Bit of a new lineup for this year. Daisy O'Kane starts at shooter. Tiani Fennell is the goal attack. The wing attack is Alana Schuster. Riley Burns, the centre. Maddie Ridley is the wing defence. Shanae Grant, the GD. The GK is Ashley Irvin. Ava Black, Jordan McKenzie, Emily Gilbert make up the bench. Coached by Cheryl Burns. Assistant coach is Beck Fuller. Specialist coach Nicole Cusack. And the manager is Deb Cairns. I'd just like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we are meeting today and pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. So the game is underway, and it's with the Jets, and they're forcing a cross-court there, goes to Brooke Hams. I will be joined in commentary a little bit later. You're stuck with my dulcet tones for the first few minutes of this one. And the first goal goes in, and it's 1-0 to the Jets. Nice fast start with them, nice and controlled, and they force a turnover now. Loose pass there. Burns can't handle it. And as a result, the ball back with the Jets. So umpire's call there, footwork call, I think, on Hawk, or just inside the circle. So it must have been the defenders. And again, Siobhan Sherlock gets it clean. No call back by the umpire. So the chance here for the Sharks to get there first. Pass off to the shooter. It falls to O'Kane. She shoots and misses, and Sherlock gets the rebound. And yeah, and as the Jets bring it down, I welcome to the commentary box for the first time this year, Hannah Davies from the Courier Mail. We have a sports journalist. Welcome to the coverage. So
thank you for having me here. I'm so excited to be here today.
Excellent. So we've got a great match first up. We've got the Jets, who finished second last year, taking on the 5th place Bull Sharks. You've obviously been doing your research. What do you think of this one coming up?
Oh, look, I think it's going to be a pretty thrilling start to the season. Last night's game was great, and I think it's only going to get better from here as the day goes on.
Well, you're probably right. We've got 3 crackerjack matches.
Yeah, I think the Jets are going to be back with vengeance this year. Finishing top of the ladder, but then losing to the Cougars in that final. I think that this year they're going to want to get back, but finish off the deal.
Well, they're playing tight defence at the moment, struggling to get the ball into the circle. Eventually it falls to O'Kane. So the shooter from Victoria, can't believe the Bull Sharks have got a Victorian kind of thing. That's just tragedy. She misses a shot. It comes back to the Jets, and they throw it long. Hams, known for the long pass. Well, unfortunately, this time it doesn't connect. And we're back with the Bull Sharks in the blue. They're going from left to right of your screen. And the Jets in their traditional green. Condon then called for the contact on the goal attack.
It's been pretty back and forth so far. Would have thought it would have been a bit quicker to start with, but I think they're both just getting the nerves out of the way to start with.
Bit harsh. First game of the season, we're 2 minutes in. But give them a bit of time here. But these are two of the premium sides in the comp.
Absolutely.
And the Jets have got it again. It's 1-0, and we've played just on 3. And Hock's got it now. She finds Friday, who looks long, and eventually it falls to O'Brien. And somehow Charlie Bell keeps it in. Can't get the shot. No, she didn't keep it in. She was out. And another turnover. It's a bit like ping pong at the moment, backwards and forwards.
Absolutely.
So just to bring you up to speed, 4 new additions to the Jets side. Lily Cubby from Wildcats, Beryl Friday from Wildcats, Abby Houston from the Bull Sharks, and Caitlin Pollock, who came up from the Jets Ruby side.
Yeah, I think the addition of Beryl Friday is going to make a wonder to the Jets shooting circle. They were already pretty strong before, but I think that the way she's going to play with Bell, who's such a solid shooter and obviously so tall, I think that's going to be really exciting to watch, especially with Bell's experience. Indeed.
Former Firebird joining the Jets. Another missed shot there to the Bull Sharks, keeping them on 0. We've played just on nearly 4 minutes, yet to score, but the Jets are only on 1. Of course, those replacements, they took care of Lucinda Benjamin.
Beautiful take by Bell. That's what she's good for. She will hold strong under that circle, and they will put it up for her.
Indeed. So Lucy Benjamin and Rosie Baker retired. Monique French and Leah Woolnough have moved to the Thunder.
Yeah, the Thunder have been doing some serious recruiting this season, taking Hinchcliffe from the Cougars and Leah from Jets.
You're all over your stuff. So great shot there. Bell gets another one, and Jets out early 3-0. So need a response here from the Bull Sharks. They can get the ball to about here, no stress, but getting it in the circle proving a little difficult at the moment.
Yeah, they're really double teaming the shooter there.
So Riley Burns drives around. They get it to the goal attack. Tiani Fennell.
And they just can't sink it yet.
But we've got a contact call, I think, on Condren. It is. This is the one. O'Kane shoots, hits the back of the ring again. That's the 4th time.
Oh, and that's what Bridie's so good at. She's going to get that rebound if you give her the opportunity.
Indeed she is. Nice pass there from the skipper.
And so Bell's there again, right under the post.
O'Brien fakes one way, goes the other. That was a nice play, wasn't it?
Oh, it was.
So Jets starting to get into their work now. They find Friday in the pocket. Got a hand in there from the defender of, looks like it's Shanae Grant, the captain. Just having a bit of visibility issues here. I can see better when I stand up. So the ball's still with the Jets. They got it in the goal line for the throw-in. Hams takes it, fine Friday, popping to the top. O'Brien feeds,
they set that up beautifully.
The old triangle offense, you've got to be a fan of the triangle offense, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. Look, I'm a bit of a shooter favourite, so I'm a bit biased there, but I love it.
If you're enjoying the coverage, don't be afraid to drop us a line. We can get us on all the socials. HART Sapphire Series is the Facebook one. That's the one we respond to the most. Sapphire Series Netball is the Instagram. And, of course, we've got our own YouTube channel, Sapphire
what
Series.
A shot from goal attack Tiani.
First one goes to the Bull Sharks. It took them 6 minutes, but they got one. A lob into Bell. She can't handle it. This is a chance for the Bull Sharks to get the game going again.
Good little tip there from Bell. Gives them a chance to reset. Slippery fingers from captain. Unfortunately, the call goes against them for the replay, and Jets are quick to take it.
So the Jets with the ball. Falls to Friday, hasn't had the shot yet. And why would you when you got Charlie Bell just there?
And she's not missing today.
So Charlie Bell gets the 6 for the Jets. They lead 6-1. We're halfway through the first. And can they respond here? Burns with it now. She goes back. Schuster from the Tigers. Come to the Jets. Great pass in. Faked one way. Can she keep it balanced? She can't. O'Kane falls out of court.
The Jets are just everywhere down there. Hands are everywhere. They're making it tough.
So Condon with the big leap gets the ball going. Nice zone defense being played here by the Bull Sharks. Not slowing them down. And the big pass into Bell.
There she is again.
Holds the backspace so well, doesn't she?
She does. She knows exactly how to use her height.
So all 197 centimetres of it. And the fast-paced Jets are high-flying at the moment.
What an intercept from the captain.
Shanae Grant pulls it in. So
they're going to need a few more of those to get in front.
Ball stagnant across the transverse line. They're going from side to side. We've got an umpire's call. Looks like McKeely Hock's out of play. No, it isn't. It's the goal defender in Sherlaw. 2-1 in the circle. So here comes a shot from Fennell, and she gets it. And away we go, 7-2.
The crowd are happy with that one. Puts them back on the scoreboard. And their centre.
Margin is 5. We've played just on 8 minutes gone.
But little fake allows Burns to be there.
Through to the double team, probably not the wisest tactic, and O'Kane gets unable to pull it in. And the ball back with the Jets. That's a shame. They're just getting on a bit of a roll there, the Bull Sharks.
But that's the thing about the Jets. They're going to keep pushing. They're going to want to put that margin as far away as they can in this first stanza.
So O'Brien doesn't go offside. It was very close. Finds Bell, and ring-a-ding-ding, she gets another one. So we'll be calling
going to be a lot of those, yeah.
So one of the best shooters we have in the comp. And a contact call here on Shanae Grant. 2-1 in the circle. They can't find Friday. They do now.
She's home alone there and sinks it.
Indeed. That's Beryl's first goal for the match, I believe. And 9-2 early stages of the first. And great work there. The wing defender from the Bull Sharks kept that in. Maddie Ridley did brilliantly. But unfortunately, it's fallen back to the Jets. So Hams with it, looks in, doesn't go this time. Patience being shown here, double teamed again. Friday needs to get into the circle. She does now. There she is, pops out beautifully. That was a nice play by Beryl Friday.
Absolutely, in that whole play, you can see how cautious they're being with it.
Possession is gold, and they are looking after it well. Beryl, will she shoot or pass off? Shoots this time, and again, why
what a
wouldn't you?
shot.
She's 2 from 2, looking the goods today. So, and we're back with the Jets now, 10-2, early stages.
Bell
Great
probably
effort
should have chased that one.
Shanae Grant did well. And the ball coming down. It looks like we've had a rotating. Yes, we have. O'Kane's gone off, and it looks like Jordan McKenzie's come on. So that's a change in the shooting end for the Bull Sharks.
And another shot for the Bull Sharks. It'll be their centre as well again.
So they need to score here to get the benefit of the turnover. And Burns gets him going, finds Jordan. McKenzie getting pushed a bit there, but they get it into the goal attacking Fennell. Left-hand shooter shoots. Oh, doesn't get it in. Is it just my eyes, or does that ring look a little bit
lopsided?
bent?
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
So, I'm not sure, but because we're on a strange angle up here in the...
I guess we'll see what happens when the sides change.
Yeah, well, Charlie will probably just reach up.
Probably. She'll probably just move it
for
back.
A great drive there by Hams, hits the top of the circle. And the ball falls to O'Brien, finds Bell. She can't this time. Great defence there shown by the keeper in Irvin. So, Ashley Irvin, she's in the Queensland 19 squad. Fun fact, did you know that the Bull Sharks have gotten 5 out of 16 in the Queensland 19s?
I did not.
There you go, fun fact.
That is quite a lot of the team.
That is, it's basically just under a third. So
there you go.
So Charlie Bell shoots again, long range for her, and misses this time. It's 11-3. We've got 3:40 to play in the first. In this, the first of 3 matches we're broadcasting today. Great work there. Burns kept that alive. It swings to her now. They're going from side to side. Great drive there through the middle. Finds Schuster. Both shooters moving probably a little too much at the moment. So probably got 2 GAs out there at the moment, not so much a shooter and a GA. So
yeah,
a lot
I
of
like the
movement
moving
in the circle.
shooter though.
Like a moving circle?
Yeah, and I think it makes, as a viewing perspective, it makes it more interesting watching both the holding Charlie Bell and then the Bull Sharks moving circle.
Spoken like a true shooter. The fake from Hams to the right.
Oh,
she gets it to Bell. Bell missed the shot, but that was nice play. Unfortunately, just wasn't finished. So, looks like Ridley's gone to GD for the Bull Sharks as well. Unless my eyes are deceiving me. That's definitely not Shanae Grant. So, ball back with the Jets through Condren. She finds Hock. Bit too much heat on that one. Hock can't pull it in. So, did you watch much of last year's competition?
I did. Mostly the finals.
Excellent.
the exciting stuff.
There was some good stuff.
Oh, there definitely was.
It was crazy calling netball in November, but that's the world we live in.
Yeah. Actually, they've had a relatively short preseason, all things considered. I mean, they only just got back into it in November, and
well, that made up for the ridiculously long one they had to wait.
Oh, absolutely.
Like about, it felt like 4 years, the preseason last year. A bit loose on the pass there. Burns can't find Jordan. And a throw-in will come here to the Jets. We've got a timeout. Looks like Condren's being subbed out. Abby Houston's coming on. Condren's gone straight to the bench and is down on all fours. She feels she might be sick here. Yes, indeed, she could be being sick. So Abby Houston, who is a Bull Shark last year, now she's with the Jets. Got recruited in the off-season. And she is on at goalkeeper. Direct swap. Not a bad talent. Another state 19 just to replace Condren, who in fact played a game for the Perth Wildcats last. Not Perth Wildcats, it's the basketball team. The netball team for Perth. Got that mixed up there. And great shot by Bell. 12-4. So a lot of our youngsters made their National League debuts last year because the Suncorp Super Netball was in Brisbane all year. So if you're a netball tragic, it was a great year.
Especially one living in Brisbane like themselves.
Indeed. Double team, probably not the pass to throw. And hand in there.
No, and that's probably the risk of having that standing holding shooter, is that if the defenders do notice it pretty fast, they can catch onto it pretty quickly.
So Friday puts up the shot. That's her first miss. She's been on fire today. And the ball comes down, but Kaylee Hock gets hands on it, but still with the Bull Sharks. And a great drive there by Schuster. The Tiger now Shark. So a lot of movement in the circle, struggling to find someone who can take the shot. It falls to Jordan. And Mackenzie Jordan gets another one. That's the fifth. It's 12-5, margin of 7. We've got just under 20 seconds to go. Burns will be aware of it. Gets us going quickly. No need to panic. Hands over here from the Jets. Jordan out. There's no shooters in. Now there is. Got to get it in quickly. 6 seconds to go. A loose pass, but we've got a contact on Sherlaw. So this will be the last play of the day. Got to go for the shot. The siren sounds. Arm goes up.
There she goes.
I think it counts. It looked like it was okay from my perspective.
I think if it was a penalty, it has to count.
There you go. Because it was a penalty, it has to count. So 12-6, a pretty entertaining first quarter. Jets came out of the blocks pretty quickly. Got out to 10-2. And in the last few minutes, the Bull Sharks have been fighting back. Hannah, what did you make of the first quarter?
Well, look, I think Jets came up pretty strongly. We were expecting them to. And I think the Sharks have got a pretty young team. So I think they've done pretty well, and they're definitely still in it. Like 6 goals. That's only a few turnovers, so
indeed,
I think it'll be a cracking rest of the game.
And that is so true. If we look there, Tracy Jeans is having a chat to her Chargers, not ranting or raving, probably talking about goals. They set goals per quarter, so she'll be saying if they achieved it or didn't. But at the moment, they're looking the goods. It says 12-5 on the screen. It's 12-6 on the scoreboard, so I think we're going with the scoreboard. There. Oh, look at that.
Yep,
it's just been fixed.
Just as you said it.
So, excellent. Don't forget, today we've got another game at 3. We've got the Tigers taking on the Thunder. And then the big one, match of the round from 5. And that is the QUT Netball making their debut against the Cougars, last year's premiers. And in some exciting news for the HART Sapphire series, we've officially signed a deal with News Corp, which is your mob, that's who you work for, with the Courier Mail, to live stream the match of the round via the Courier Mail's increasingly popular streaming platform. To watch this match of the round, live viewers will need to pay a subscription of $5 per month for a minimum of 3 months. So $15 gives you basically the whole season. And this match will be released to the delayed broadcast to our YouTube channel in 72 hours' time after it completes. So that's pretty exciting news. You guys are taking us global. No, not taking us global.
Netball's gone everywhere.
So, but through the News Corp, we've got to get a fair amount of exposure out of that.
Hope so.
Yeah, indeed. Don't forget all of our socials. If you want to communicate with us, by all means, just tap into the HART Sapphire Series Facebook page. Sapphire Series Netball is the Instagram, and of course we have our own YouTube channel, Sapphire Series. So if you put yourself in the Bull Sharks position, what are you saying to the coach? What are you saying if you're the coach?
Oh, look, Look, I think a lot of what they're doing is pretty good. I think I'd be taking a page out of the Jets book and just be going a bit slower. I think just being a bit more careful with the ball, really being precious with it. I think they're being a bit expensive with it at the moment, so I think I'd just be working on getting our pace down while they kind of get the nerves out, build up.
Head-to-head, these teams have played on 5 occasions. The Jets hold the record 4-1, and in finals the Jets 1-0. The last time they met was way back, well, not that long ago actually, 11th of October. And the Jets, we were down at, that was the game we broadcast from the Jets, from the Bull Sharks venue, and it was 44 to the Jets, 35 to the Sharks. The Sharks were up at half-time. Can I just tell you, if you've never been there, that is the loudest place I've ever commentated netball in my life. It was like an NBA game.
Wow.
They had the music pumping, the crowd was in, it was a pretty big crowd, considering we were COVID restricted at that stage. It was still a pretty big crowd, and yeah, it was pretty exciting stuff. So away we go, second quarter, Jets get us underway. So, any changes that you can see? I can't see any.
Well, I think there was a bit of a miscommunication there between Beryl and her centre, but they've managed to get it back. And there's Bell.
Charlie Bell gets the first in the second quarter. Just looking on the bench there, Condon's returned to the bench, but she is getting the hydrolytes into her, so she must be feeling a bit ill. So, another turnover here to the Jets. And straight back. So the Jets unfortunately couldn't control that one. Sherlock got a bad pass. And back through. Ridley gets the ball and kicks it wide. Schuster trying to link with Burns. Burns finds Jordan. Both shooters are moving a lot. And nearly a hell of a ball. Big scream there from the bench
Jets
of the
are calling
Jets.
for it.
Must have been 2.9. So. Ball falls now to the goal attack. Fennell shoots and scores.
And what a shot. And I'm loving from Fennell that she's just turning and shooting. She's backing herself.
So 13-7, margin is 6. That's what it was at quarter time. This is an important quarter for the Bull Sharks. And we've got an obstruction call here on the keeper from the Bull Sharks. And that makes it pretty easy for Charlie Bell, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
Probably not the person to obstruct to.
Definitely not. She doesn't need the heads up.
So Houston there, chase the ball down and gets it. Forces a turnover. Ball now with Hock. She gets it again. Looks in, finds O'Brien, cracks it wide. Beryl Friday being the facilitator mainly in this game so far, which is a smart roll.
Yeah, you can see the look on her face. She's thinking of every option in the 2 seconds before she throws it. She's not making a mistake there.
Does some good work there around the circle. And the aforementioned Friday will take the very fancy baseline shot in off the post to herself, gets the goal. We saw a couple of them last night from the Wildcats through Mulherron.
Pretty flashy to watch, isn't it?
It looks great when it works, but geez, it's embarrassing if you get the angle slightly wrong. So
well, Bell goes for the slightly longer shot, but it's not to be.
Probably just outside her range. But the ball back with the Bull Sharks now. So looks like Ava Black's come on at wing defence. She has indeed. And of course, Ava Black won the Katie Walker medal last year, judged the MVP of the whole tournament. And we've had a fall. It's Schuster's made a contact on Hams. So the ball back with the Jets. A lot of turnover ball here from the Bull Sharks at the moment.
Yeah, the defence are doing brilliantly.
Long pass there. Mackenzie Jordan could not pull that in. And we're back with the Jets. Bit of a zone defense being played in the mid-third here. It nearly comes off there. Unfortunately, Burns contacts. And, oh, miscommunication there. O'Brien threw it. I think she meant it to go to Friday. Friday thought it was for Bell.
Needed to take the extra second on that one, I think.
So we're back with the Bull Sharks, trying to eat into this 8-goal margin. Of course, don't forget, every quarter you win, you get 2 competition points and 10 for winning the match. So every quarter is vital. So Schuster can't find a shooter. Eventually she goes to bounce pass. Sherlaw's all over it. It falls to Fennell. She takes aim, left-hand shooter, and scores. She's looked pretty good when she's got the shots off. Nervous start, but since probably about the 6th minute of the first quarter, she's settled.
Yeah, you can tell she loves that long distance shot.
So moving the ball around. Swings back. Ava Black, probably the fastest player in the competition. Fennell looks in, can't find the shooter.
She'll take this again.
Jordan, passes off. Commentator's curse. As soon as you called it, she passed it. So loose play around the circle at the moment. And there's some call there. Contact, yep. On Mackenzie Jordan. Nice give and go there between Hams and McKeely Hock. Hock getting lots of touches. O'Brien juggles. Cracks it into Bell, driving the baseline. She steadies herself and scores, and that's another one. 16-8, margin is 8. We've played 5 in the second. Is it danger times for the Bull Sharks yet?
Not yet. I think let's get to halftime and
reassess.
Yeah, I think what you learn in the Super is that anything can happen.
Anything can happen, that is true. So Beryl Friday with it. Hasn't had a shot this quarter. She's currently 2 from 3 if my maths is correct. But she gives off to Bell. Smart move. Bell takes a long bomb. Misses. Great rebound.
You'd think that Beryl would want Bell under the hoop in case she misses.
Indeed. Maybe there's an actual mantra that we're trying to get Bell to shoot a bit further. Yeah. So who knows?
Preparing her for the super shot.
Yes, indeed. So it's just so hard for the Bull Sharks to get in the circle at the moment. That one's picked off by Sherlock. No, it's a contact call. Mackenzie Jordan's gone back to the bench. They've come back with Daisy O'Kane. She gets it now and shoots and scores. So she spent about 7 or 8 minutes on the bench, O'Kane, so looking to make an impact. Schuster goes wide. Finds Ridley at GD. O'Kane out of the circle. Probably needed to be a target. And there's that lovely long shot that you like so much.
Beautiful from Fennell.
Fennell makes no mistake. So, ball now with the Jets.
Already the last 2 goals have gone to the Sharks, so I think they might be coming back here.
The pocket rocket, Lily Cubby, has come on a goal attack.
Here we go, that's another one.
Making her debut for the Jets. Of course, she was with the Wildcats last year. Played the last few games and made a sensation in the competition. So let's see if she can replicate that this year. 2nd year in the league. And a loose pass there. I think that was from Burns. And found nobody. So Abby Houston gets us going again. Just can't find the shooters at the moment. It's just they get 2 or 3 in a row and then they go missing for a little bit, yeah?
Yeah, they get that momentum, gets them going, and then tiny slip of the hands, and I think they get too excited.
Amanda Staggs watching. Send out our love to Amanda. Hope you're doing okay. And the ball back with the Jets now. And all hand in there. So, looked like that was Irvin, got a hand in it. So time called, 7:09 to play. The margin is 6. They've started to eat into the lead, the Bull Sharks. Jets not running away with it. Cubby loose, picks it up, finds O'Brien. Drives the base, she's on.
In that circle between Bell and Irvin. You can see there are hands just everywhere.
So Bell takes a shot and scores. So 17-10. Bull Sharks with it, 6:43 to go. Be nice if they could get it down to 2 or 3 leading into the half.
Oh, wouldn't that be fantastic?
It truly would.
I haven't given up on them yet, though.
Never give up on them. They've got too many good young players.
Yeah, and there's O'Kane again, steady under the post.
Lily Cubby kicks it out, finds Bell. Big height difference between the 2 shooters of the Jets at the moment.
Isn't there?
So Cubby fast and dynamic and not the tallest. Bell at 197. Looks like we've got a timeout here to the Bull Sharks. Yeah, Cheryl Burns having a chat to Riley Burns.
Yeah, they're stuck at that 7-point margin, but it's pretty 1-to-1, I think, in the last few minutes.
So hopefully we'll be able to hear what's being said. So Cheryl Burns, the coach, has got a hand over her mouth, so we can't even read her lips.
Maybe that's a strategy.
Indeed. That's what they do in the NBA, isn't it? They put their little, or the NFL, they put their little hands over their mouth. Mind you, with masks now. Got no idea what it is.
Guys, Freeman's on attack down here. We're straight running to the ball, okay? So just make sure you do the work off the ball first. Make it easy for yourself, okay? Instead of straight running. Hawks also move the defence and it will open up. Use your strength, it's much better. Defensively down here and shuffle, it's a little bit looser. Make sure you mark the ball on angle so you can see who's coming. Alright?
Push it back a little bit more.
So pretty keen there for a defensive effort there from the super coach.
Yeah, needs them to tighten up a bit, she's saying. A bit too loose.
A bit too loose, force some turnover ball in there. If they're not going to be tight on Bell, probably really need to put some pressure on the youngster in Cubby. Maybe they'll force some ball there.
Yeah, we might see a cease of the double team on Bell and get more on Cubby.
Excellent.
She's pretty quick, so you don't really want her alone.
So our two umpires for today, Nicholas Stevens on the camera closest to us and Claire Johnson at the far side. So the Burns, it looks like Schuster's gone to centre. She has indeed. And Burns to wing attack. So they've switched the Bull Sharks. Schuster with it now.
Oh, and that's why they put her in there. I mean, straight in.
Fennell misses one she probably shouldn't have. Saved by O'Kane, but can't get it back. Now the Jets are with it. Long ball. So 18-11 was the timeout. It's still that score. It come off the Jets last. It didn't. Ridley got a hand on it. Irvin looks up, but can't stop Bell. She held the backspace beautifully, and the pass was equally as good. So Hams and O'Brien have switched positions as well. I'll do that all season.
Schuster was right there waiting for that.
So the ball goes back, and away we go again. Bull Sharks, margin is 8. We've got 5 to play in the second. And just a bit stagnant there. Oh, well done. Riley Burns under courage. Houston was paying us some attention. And another goal there to the Bull Sharks. O'Kane, she's sort of settling into work now. A bit of a nervous start at the beginning.
Yeah, she's sinking them now though, that's for sure.
Hold the space really well there. Houston struggles to get around. Bull Sharks through Schuster. They get a sideline throw in. Now Burns. Oh, a magic pass there from Tiani Fennell.
I know, dare I say that was looking quite Tippett-esque, wasn't it? Bit of a swing around.
Indeed it is. Of course, don't forget the Firebirds are kicking off soon. 2 short weeks, and they'll be playing the first match at Nissan Arena on the 2nd of May against the Swifts. They'll be celebrating 25 years, so make sure you get your tickets, and that should be a crackerjack. Tickets are you can get them via the Queensland Firebirds website. So the ball back with Cubby. Keen to pass off and does. Probably a bit too much heat on that one. Bell couldn't handle it. We haven't seen Cubby take a shot yet, unless I've missed one.
I don't think so.
Don't think so, cool. So the ball back with the Bull Sharks, getting a little bit scrappy from both teams. Remember, the quarter time score was 12-6. So this is a 7-6 quarter currently to the Jets.
Yeah, you can tell it's a lot more even this quarter, but I think they're just struggling a little bit to get it under the post there.
Can't find their mark again. So they've dropped straight back into a zone press here. So mid-court press now. They're all in the mid-third. Hock drives through the middle. Finds Sherwood. Doesn't pose any threats now as they find Cubby. And the press didn't work on that occasion. But hands there by Irving. And we've got a timeout. Bell's cleaned up. someone. Looks like she's cleaned up Ridley, and they'll call the contact. And away we go. Ava Black throws it away straight to Steph O'Brien. It's a little turnover's hurting them a bit at the moment.
Definitely is. Oh,
back we come.
there she is, working so hard in that circle.
Irvin really wants it. A long ball in. They find O'Kane. And O'Kane scores.
I think that was Irvin's goal, shall we say.
Did well. We've got a timeout here being called by the Jets. I'd say that's because the margin is even for this quarter. It's 7-all for the quarter. And Tracy Jeans Fraser has seen enough. She calls the timeout with 2:25 to play. At 19-13, we'll try and listen in perhaps if we get into the huddle of the Jets. There we are.
Down our front line, we just need to keep coming forward. We need to be playing patiently. Some of those deliveries in those first couple of minutes of that last quarter, beginning of the quarter, was working beautifully because you opened your vision up. Quick little double play, look down court, okay? All right? Down that back line, make sure you keep mixing it up, all right? Even do a positional change, all right? So you come out, pick up the goal attack, you drop back to keeper, okay? Same with you two. Just mix it up a little bit, get the big hands over, all right?
So, what did you make of that?
Well, Tracy Jeans Fraser is saying she wants a more patient game. I can see Beryl with the goal shooter bib on, and there she goes. And I'm not surprised. We were saying before just how patient and cautious she is with that ball, and I think that really affects her whole team when she's on. So I think they're going to do exactly what coach is after.
Thanks to our broadcaster, Double Take Sports, we were able to get in there and listen to the coaches. It's a great thing we added to the coverage last year. And it's good to see it's back. Gina and the team at Double Take doing a top job for us yet again, as do all our sponsors: HART Sports, Legassic Jewelers, Mizuno, Mount Franklin, Powerade, Bondi, Vite, and Strap It. So the margin is 6. Whoever wins the next 2 minutes will probably win the quarter. It falls to Friday. It's ripped out by the keeper.
They're going to have a second goal at it.
So it's a baseline throw-in, goal line throw-in if you like. Throws across the circle and falls to Cubby. Still to get a first goal in Jets colours. This could be it here. She shoots and misses badly over the back. This is a chance for the Bull Sharks to win the quarter. So,
And they're quick to get down there.
well, Burns at WA, she's lightning, and so is Ava Black, who's gone to centre. O'Kane needs this one, not just for her own confidence, but for the team. Ooh, it's
Straight over the
big
top.
airy, but thankfully there's an obstruction call. Big shot this, and there it is. They lead the quarter by 1. The margin is 5, 19-14. The Bull Sharks here got a chance for 2 competition points. Oh, great take there. They're making it tricky.
Yeah, Ridley
Into
was
O'Kane.
pretty good to pull that one in.
This will be the margin of 2. She gets it.
That's another.
Boom shakalugga.
Only 4 away. I think if they can keep this momentum into the next quarter, Jets should be worried.
This team stacked with state under 19 players is doing the goods at the moment.
You can hear the Sharks in the crowd.
It's quite a crowd here too. Don't forget, come along, get your backside courtside. Friday with it. Needs this to have any chance for him to win the quarter. She scores. So Friday gets the margin back to 5. Don't forget the Bull Sharks lead this quarter by 1. Burns back to Black.
They want to
O'Kane,
score this
that's
quickly.
a loose pass.
Oh.
It was never really on. O'Kane never looked like she was going to pull that in.
And we've seen a few of those today. That exact pass to Kane that just goes too far.
They're playing the zone. Black hits the floor. O'Brien just charges through. Looks in, finds Friday. Great take from her under pressure. Passes off to Cubby. It bounces out. Probably not the best
I don't
decision.
think Cubby was quite ready for that.
And they're panicking here. I don't think they realise they're up
look
by
at the
1.
quick hands from the Sharks.
And the ball is with Houston. No, it's gone to O'Kane. She shoots and scores. That'll be the quarter. It's going to be an 8-10 quarter. 10 to the Bull Sharks, 8 to the Jets.
Yeah, the Bull Sharks really came back in the last few minutes of that, and the crowd could tell.
So 20-16 is the halftime score. And wow, what a last great few minutes there for the Bull Sharks. What do you make of that?
Well, I think they're going to need to take some more of the advice from Tracy Jeans Fraser. She wants a more patient game, and I don't think that was quite it when they re-entered the court.
Alrighty. So, well, in the great first half there of our first match of 3, we see the Bull Sharks 16 taking it to the Jets, the grand finalists from last year. It's 20-16, margin of 4. We'll be back after this few messages from our sponsors.
Did you know that majority of netballers aren't wearing the appropriate shoes on court? Running shoes or generic trainers don't provide the grip and support for the quick, dynamic movements needed in a game. It's time to make the swap with Mizuno.
Welcome back to Game 1 of 3, coming to you live from the Moray Field Sports and Events Centre. My name is Dave Mills. I am joined in commentary by none other than the Courier Mail's very own Hannah Davies. Hannah, we're looking at a crackerjack match. This is the USQ Jets taking on the Bond University Bull Sharks. We looked a bit ominous at one stage there when the Jets were 10-2 up. But geez, what a great fight back by the Bull Sharks, 20-16 half time. What do you make of the first half? Well,
look, the Jets came out pretty strong. We knew they would, but I've just been so impressed by the Bull Sharks and their ability to come back. They've got star moves on all sides of the court there. I'm particularly impressed with Irvine in the keeper position. She's had several shooters to work with. She started with Belle, who's pretty hard to move around, as we know. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And they've moved Friday on for a more patient game, and she's still doing a pretty great effort. So I think hats off to her. She's had, I think that's the biggest compliment when they change a player, isn't it?
Indeed, indeed. So don't forget, we've got another game at 3. That is between the Carina Lease Club Tigers taking on the USC Thunder. And that should be a crackerjack match. And, of course, then the match of the round, the one I'm looking forward to, the brand new franchise, QUT Netball, taking on the premiers from last year, the Cougars.
Absolutely. I'm pretty keen for that one. I think that's going to be the one to watch.
That's a yardstick. The first round. It's great to get two great sides so early in the season playing each other.
Definitely.
So, but in some exciting news for the HART Sapphire series, we've officially signed a deal with News Corp to live stream the match of the round. That will be via the Courier Mail's increasingly popular streaming platform. Don't forget to watch this match. If you want to watch it live, viewers need to get a hold of a paid subscription for the Courier Mail platform, with deals commencing at $5 a month for a minimum of 3 months. If you can't do that, then we'll be on our YouTube channel in 72 hours. Are you a Firebird fan or you're a Sunny Coast
Die Hard?
Oh, that's what I like to
Die Hard.
I nearly had to throw you out.
Absolutely.
So, don't forget the Firebirds 2021 season kicks off very soon, in 2 short weeks, in fact. And their first game is at home at Nissan Arena on 2nd of May. That's the long weekend. And they'll play in the New South Wales Swifts. Celebrating 25 years, these two clubs have played their first ever match against each other. So it will be an absolute blockbuster. I don't know how they can determine that, but they say it's going to be a blockbuster. So following the first match, the USQ Jets and the Brisbane North Cougars will take the court, and that is the grand final replay. So that will be a crackerjack match straight after the Swifts and Firebirds. So that should be a great day's entertainment. Get your tickets via the Queensland Firebirds website. And I believe there is just a few season memberships left. And while we're giving you information, don't forget week 2, that's next week. We're back up in Townsville. The Northern Rays take on the Jets you're looking at right now. And then on Anzac Day, 25th of April, from 3 p.m, we've got QUT Netball taking on the Bull Sharks, the Wildcats and Thunder from 5. and the Cougars v Tigers. Traditional rivals, they are the 7 o'clock game next weekend. So that's Anzac Day, so get up, you can do the dawn service.
And then come on down to netball.
Duck down to the RSL, play a bit of two-up, have a few beverages, then come to the netty, get your backside courtside, and let your day set.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I think that sounds pretty good to me.
So both teams coming back out on the court. Of course, the Thunder are in the blue and yellow, the Jets in the green and white. And I wonder what the coaches said at half-time. I don't think Tracy Jeans-Fraser will be all that pleased.
No, I mean...
And straight away...
There you go. Huge contest from the Bull Sharks there. They're straight back into it.
So the Katie Walker medalist, Ava Black's gone to centre late in that second quarter. I think that's made the difference. She's incredibly fast. I'd love to see that chick do athletics.
I
reckon
she
she'll be off to the Tokyo Olympics. She is lightning.
I'm surprised she started on the bench, to be honest.
I asked the coach about that, and she said, well, you know, we've got some good players. We're a team developing. We've got 5 under 19, so just... They
are a young team, aren't they?
Well, they don't like the word young. Developing is the word they prefer.
Yes.
So, yeah, they're working very hard, and... it's like a factory down there. Of course, they won the under-16 state titles. They won the under-18 state titles.
Goodness.
The Ruby side was very competitive last year.
That trophy cabinet's looking
exactly.
pretty big.
So they just keep producing these young players, one after the other. And Cheryl Burns and Nicole Cusack and all the coaching staff down there and Beck Fulham are doing a great job. So
an early miss from Fennell.
So we see Condren's come back on. So...
Yeah, she left at, the end of the first quarter?
Yeah, just before. She looked like she was quite ill. Went straight to the bench. She was sucking on the hydrolytes, probably Powerade, one of our sponsors. And she's back in the fold now, and they desperately need her. So the halftime score was 20-16, so Jets currently lead it by 1. It falls to Bell, probably a bit far for her. She shoots and misses. Oh, scores! Lucky bounce. The commentator's curse, shooter's roll.
Yeah, and you can see they've gone back to that original combo of Bell and shooter and Beryl and goal attack. I think that's probably going to be what they need. Cubby was extremely quick and very agile, but I think they just need that patience and solidity from those two in there.
I know it's like Cubby's first game with the Jets, but last year when she came on, she just took ownership of the court. She didn't care who the shooter was she was shooting. I think today she's looked like she feels like she has to pass off to Bell. So a few times there, I think she probably could have got a confidence by taking a few shots, but instead kicked it out to Bell, which is not a bad option.
No.
So
she's a big name, and I guess that can be a bit intimidating when you're new to the team.
Indeed. So,
but I'm sure we'll see her back on here soon.
So, ball through Black now onto Burns. They've got some speed to burn in that mid-third.
My God, they do. They bring it down so quickly.
Fennell at GA can't pull it in.
Attempts the baseline drive, but it's just too fast.
So, Daisy O'Kane is the shooter. Fennell the goal attack. It's a combination in progress. And the pass there from Beryl Friday, sublime. And kicks it into Charlie Bell. So... Again, with a long ball over, Burns with pace. Sherlaw gets a hand on it. And Sherlaw and Condren doing a top job at the moment. Hands in there, I think that was Steph O'Brien. The captain gets her hands in. And down we go. O'Brien looks long, finds Bell in a clash of bodies. It falls to Beryl Friday. Couldn't have thrown that pass much further there. And eventually the goal falls to Charlie Bell again.
Yeah, they've had a strong start this quarter.
I think they might have copped a bit of a serving at half-time from Super Coach Jeans Fraser.
It's obviously paying dividends, though.
So, we may have spoken a bit soon there. Loose pass there from O'Brien.
Friday can't pick it up. Every time
we should just shut up.
Compliment.
We'll do the Marcel Marceau commentary. So, and Friday with it. Will she shoot? She's had a few shots, but prefers to pass off, but picked off this time by none other than Irving.
Yeah, Irvin's, I was speaking about her before, but she's really cracked onto these shooters, hasn't she?
Well, they've both gone well, Irvin and Black. Oh, sorry, Ridley. And they've kept the captain on the bench.
They have.
So, and that pass is a throw-in to the Bull Sharks. No connection there. Standard 45-degree setup. Should go to Black now. Black should have driven straight on there. She preferred to hold. And we've got an obstruction call on Charlie Bell. Unusual setup this. They're very bunched. It looks like Grant's come back on at GD now, just as we said. So we really are doing the commentator's curse.
They've kept Ridley on, though, just in the wing defence role.
So Ridley the wing defence. That means Grant's gone to goal defence, correct?
Yes.
Excellent. So Steph O'Brien playing a bit of AFL these days. Just showed a few of the AFL skills
She's
there.
a strong
straight through.
player, isn't she?
She is indeed. She's been around a long time. One of the most consistent players in the league. Don't forget, of course, this Bull Sharks are missing Kirsten Oxenford, who played 103 games for them and the Jags. Great intercept there from Fennell.
She saw that from a mile away, didn't she?
Read it like a Dr. Seuss book. Can we still say Dr. Seuss? You know, there's all that
know.
controversy about Dr. Seuss.
Good question.
So I met him once. True story.
Wow.
When I was a little tacker.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a story for
Do you have a
another
photo?
day.
I think we did put that on the socials, don't we?
I've got a signed
You
book
said
by
it
Dr.
now.
Seuss. Yeah, it's out there. He signed there's a Wocket in my pocket book. So anyway, another goal here. I digress to the Bull Sharks. So we'll change it. We'll say you read it like a John Grisham. That's okay. He's politically correct. So
yeah, look, we were talking about how they built that momentum going into this quarter, but I think they're having to fight pretty hard for it now, the Bull Sharks.
There's a different intensity at the moment from the Jets.
Yeah.
They're playing with pace. Friday there, the give and go. Links up with Pollock, who's come on at wing defence for the Jets. This is her first game back in a while. She played Ruby last year and had a child in that time as well.
Wow.
So
It's a pretty busy year.
a big year. So, but has come back bigger and better and stronger and faster and all that. So great to see her back on the court. She was a fixture in the Lions side and then went to the Cougars for a little while. So ball with Friday. She shoots and scores. So 26-17. Margin is 9. That's the biggest lead of the game. And they've certainly come out in this third quarter ready to go, the Jets.
I think they were pushing that 3 seconds just there with that centre pass.
Indeed.
But they've managed to get it down.
So the changes keep coming thick and fast for the Bull Sharks. Looks like Burns has gone back to centre. Schuster at wing attack. We've got Fennell at goal attack, and O'Kane is the shooter at the moment. Emily Gilbert's now come on at GD. Shanae Grant gone to the bench again. So she's I was going to say young, but they don't like me saying that.
No, developing.
A developing player.
Developing player.
Who's got speed to burn as well and got great elevation. Had a great year last year, came into the side from the Ruby and eventually made her way to the starting side. And when she made it by, I think, round 4, she stayed there for the rest of the year.
And you can see why.
So, indeed, a nice shot there from Fennell. Margin is 8. They're hanging around the Bull Sharks. But the quarter belongs to the Jets at the moment by 4. Friday with it, kicks it back to Hams. Hams at paramedic.
Beautiful screen there from the 2 shooters.
Does well, and they kick it into Charlie Bell. And look at that.
Paramedic, you say? Well, she must be pretty good under those high pressure.
Oh, absolutely. That's
Oh, and what an intercept from Bridie.
Condren. They've missed her today. She's been a bit ill. But Friday stepped on and threw it to...
Unfortunate slippery hands from Hams.
That was O'Brien, and
O'Brien?
yeah. Hams will get up me if you... So O'Brien there just uncharacteristically missed it. So don't use that sheet. It's a little bit out of whack. It's just my notes. So Condren gets another one. The Jets are really upping the tempo here. They need this one to go to 10. Looked like a step there by Pollock, missed by the umpire. And O'Brien at centre hits the top of the circle. And we've got a contact call on...
Yeah, she's not agreeing with that one, is she, Friday?
Beryl Friday, no.
That's classic shooter, though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. We've all been there. Shooters do no wrong. Obstruction call on Pollock. Gives Black another chance. Fennell.
And that's Fennell. She's going to turn and shoot like usual. Doesn't miss.
She's become a fan favourite, I can tell.
She has.
You like her.
Absolutely.
There you
What's not
go.
to love in a confident goal attack?
That is true. So held up there a little bit. Eventually comes back to Pollock, and they're away now through Hams.
They've got a pretty big crowd here, the Sharks. Pretty vocal one too.
Indeed, they've brought their fans up from the coast.
They have.
Loose ball gets picked up here, and away they go through Schuster. And the ball in, looks in, and finds O'Kane.
What a beautiful play, that one.
That was
tell they've
Riley
done that
Burns.
before.
A training drill, you reckon. Margin back to 7. Here come the Bull Sharks doing it again. They come back late in each quarter. So they started slowly in the first, came back, took the lead in the second, came back. It was great stuff. Schuster with it, slows it down. Yeah, black line, not the white line. So Burns looks in, finds Fennell. Schuster across the top. O'Kane does well. Held the space beautifully, but we've got a call further out. Same result. It gets to O'Kane eventually. Will she shoot from there? A little bit far up for her. And a hand in there. I think it was O'Brien got it, and Condren's let it roll out. And oh, I thought that came off O'Brien last. Did you read that way or no?
I'm going to stick with the umpire on this one. Oh,
I always stick with the umpire, but just thought maybe. So back with the Jets through O'Brien. She finds Sherlaw. Bit of an unsung hero, Sherlaw. Does a lot of work. Doesn't get the same glowing terms as Condren, but does a lot of good work for the Jets. O'Brien finds Hams. Friday's out, and great pass into Bell. This is about her limit.
Oh,
makes no mistake. A Mizuno momentum shift there, and we're moving closer to three-quarter time. The margin is 9. Long ball into O'Kane. They just force it every so often, don't they? They look like they're settled.
I think Bridie's just too tight on her.
So probably not the option. She's certainly made a difference coming on in this third quarter, Bridie Condren.
Oh, absolutely.
They missed her in the second.
And she's used to those big games, so I think she had a moment to come off, kind of watch.
Well, she's played Suncorp Super Netball, so she doesn't get much bigger than that for the runners-up last year, Perth. Friday with it now. Speaking of big games, Beryl won 2 championships with the Firebirds. Got an obstruction call there, I think, on outside of the circle. Ridley. Gilbert with the arms. An off-balance pass from O'Brien to Bell. Draws the foul. So another goal there to the Jets. That gives them their 11th for the quarter. It's 11-4 this quarter. Can't see the Bull Sharks coming back in this quarter.
No, I did think this was going to be it for them, but...
You thought the momentum might carry over the halftime break, but
I did.
Jets had something to say about that, showing their championship qualities. I guess that's the difference between a developing side and an experienced side.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
Long ball in. Hams does brilliantly. Kicks it across to O'Brien. Back to Hams, working the triangle.
That triangle.
The triangle offense. Bell can't finish it.
Goes for the rebound, but Irvin's just right under that post waiting for that. Doesn't happen often, but she's going to be there when it does.
She's done a pretty good job, Irvin. So Ridley with it. Looks in. Oh, they're really forcing the ball into O'Kane.
No, you don't often see a wing defence feeding into the shooter, and that's probably why.
So looks like we've got a change coming on. Cubby's coming on, I'd say, for... Looks like Cubby's coming on for Bell. So Lily Cubby has gone to goal shooter. So it's Beryl Friday and Lily Cubby. The Wildcats combination from last year.
I know.
So, and they've kind of switched roles a bit here. We've got one sort of playing a GA with the GS bib and vice versa. So Friday, she'll be the dominant shooter and is. So 32-21. 1:37 to play in this, the championship quarter.
As they say.
And the Jets getting it done. Unfortunately, Black can't pull that one, and even with her incredible speed, just a bit far out in front of her. Abby Houston's come on at GD as well, so there's changes plenty. Black with it now, kicks it out to Burns. Didn't see much of Black at wing attack last year. She played mainly WD centre.
I'm liking her in this wing attack position though.
Well, when she went to centre in the second quarter, it really gave an injection of speed and enthusiasm.
And I like that they're switching it up between Burns and Black. I think maybe that might be a fitness thing, just keeping them both fresh in that centre position.
So true. Gilbert gets a hand on that one, does well.
And you can see Mackenzie standing on the sideline there waiting to come on.
Yes, Mackenzie Jordan has... No, she's sat back down. was only 40
soon.
seconds ago. Oh, Condren takes a tumble. And the contact's on O'Kane by the looks of it. It is. O'Kane not agreeing. So
I'm really liking that the Bull Sharks have gotten their whole bench on the court today, though.
indeed.
When you've got a team like that, why not?
Big shout out to Stephen Bebo Cubby, obviously a relation, and I think they're from somewhere in far outback New South Wales. So we say hello to them. And of course, Kristen Oxenford, so the 103-game veteran who's not here. She retired at the end of last season. She's watching as well. Hello, Kristen. I believe she has a lot to do with the Sharks still, the Bull Sharks, part of their coaching group. Cubby shoots and misses after the siren. So the quarter comes to an end. A pretty impressive quarter to the Jets, 13-5. So that gives them the three-quarter time margin 33-21. Thoughts on that one, Hannah Davies?
Well, I think the Jets obviously had a bit of a chat with the coach there.
A chat or a stern word?
I'd say stern word, yeah.
So
But whatever they heard, they put it into action because they really pushed that margin back up. It was getting a little bit too close for comfort, I think, at the end of the second quarter.
Absolutely. So Tracy Dreams-Fraser asked the team to respond, and they did. It was a great quarter there, 13-5. You sort of, as a coach, you aim for at least 15 a quarter. So just slightly off that mark. But, yeah, pretty impressive effort by them. The Bull Sharks, they played well. You thought at half-time they had some momentum.
Yeah, they're not doing a lot wrong, really. Like, they're playing a really good game. They're fast. They're putting their all into the game. You can tell there's 110% being left out there. I think it's just start of the season. I think they're going to have to build into it a bit more, especially when you're coming up against the runners-up from last year.
So if you look in your screens here, you'll see the Tigers. They're going ready to prepare. They're the next match up. Of course, the Tigers, they
The
take...
new team on the block.
No, that's
No?
QT. No.
Oh,
Yep, sorry,
not
Q.
Tigers.
Yeah, Tigers are the Carina Leafs Club Tigers. They're taking
yeah.
on the Thunder. They finished third, the Thunder. That's 6 versus 3rd from last year. So that'll be a crackerjack match. And yeah, looking forward to that one by all means. And that comes up at 3 o'clock on our live streaming channels. And then the big one at 5. That's the new franchise, the QUT Netball. They're taking on the Cougars, Brisbane North Cougars, in what should be an absolute crackerjack match. And don't forget, if you want to watch that game, that's classed as match of the round, so you have to hook onto the Courier Mail's platform and take a paid subscription to watch that match. It's only $5 a month with a minimum of 3-month purchase. So $15 for a season is pretty good value if you ask me. So, fill me in. Like, you're from the Courier Mail yourself. What are you doing there? You're a journalist, obviously.
Final year journalism student. So
Excellent.
still studying, but
Excellent.
the more I get into sports journalism, the more exciting it gets.
Is that the goal for you, to be a sports journalist?
Yeah, it's looking like that. I've got a broad interest in things, but I think nothing beats chatting to athletes. They're always just so excited about what they're doing, and
I feel honoured.
they've got so much direction, and I think...
Haven't been an athlete for about 40 years.
No. Well, I wasn't much of an athlete myself, so we've gone a different route of netball.
See, I was saying, those that can't coach, those that really can't commentate.
Yeah.
So here I am. And looks like the Jets have going as they are. Is Cubby coming on? Is Mackenzie Jordan coming on? Looks like she is for the. Looks like she's going to go to goal attack for the Bull Sharks. And for the
Kind
Jets.
of surprised they're taking Fennel off.
Jets have made a switch. Hang on, we've got 2 shooters at the moment. No, Charlie Bell's told to sit back down. So Charlie just wandered onto the court then. And now she wanders off.
Bit of a miscommunication,
So,
I'd say.
Coach, put me in. So Condren is at keeper. It looks like Pollock at wing defence. Abby Houston at goal defence for the Jets. The centre is O'Brien. And Ham's the wing attack. Beryl Friday the goal attack. And Cubby is the goal shooter. So 33-21 three-quarter time score. There's 2 competition points up for it. So let's see if the Bull Sharks can eat into this lead and win the quarter. So the ball with Mackenzie Jordan at goal attack. Nice use of the outside of the circle. Falls to O'Kane, who
Just
throws
too
up.
much on it.
Had too many wee picks this morning. Condren gets us going.
I don't know if you can say that. Are they a sponsor of the comp?
I'll get in trouble. Had too many Powerades. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
So
That's
a
what I was
sponsor.
looking for.
And some Mount Franklin water as well.
Yes.
So, and probably had a few Bondi vitamins, and looks like she's strapped up with Strap It. So I think I've covered them all.
I think so.
And of course, HART's a major sponsor, as is Mizuno. So the Zuno momentum shifts every time a team breaks a run of 3 goals. You'll see that come across your screen. So
Beautiful little low ball.
There she goes.
And that's her sweet spot, obviously.
Is that her first goal for the Jets? I can't recall her scoring one, but
I'm pretty sure.
It's one of her first, if it isn't her first. So
I've noticed the Jets have changed up their shooting circle quite often.
They have indeed. They've got confidence.
Despite the lead they're having.
Indeed. O'Kane moved too early there. She had the hold, but moved way too early on it. So Schuster gone to wing attack for the Bull Sharks. Black's gone back to wing defence, where she normally spent most of last year. Burns at centre. And the defenders, Irvin and Ridley. So this game seems to have lost a little bit of its drive. It seems to have slowed down a bit from the frenetic pace of the third quarter. A little bit more whistle. Look excited for the next couple of matches?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So much good stuff happening.
And you're doing the on-court announcing at this venue?
Yes.
Excellent.
Get to announce the play names. We've got a couple of tricky pronunciations. I won't lie, I'm a little bit nervous for those.
You and me both.
But, love a challenge.
A couple there are quite a challenge.
Absolutely.
Don't forget, you can join us in the commentary by going to our socials. HART Sapphire Series is the Facebook page. Sapphire Series Netball is the Instagram, and our Sapphire Series YouTube channel. You can watch past matches from previous years, 2019 and 2020 are all there. So if you can't get your netball fix today, jump on the YouTube channel. Brilliant work there by Ridley, but it falls back to Condren. Seems like the Jets are first to the ball at the moment. That one's got snow on it. Threw it to Houston, who did well. A little bit scrappy at the moment, Hannah.
It is. I think, just as you said that, another ball a bit too high. I think they might be a bit tired.
Well, first game Blues and the fitness probably not match fit. I know a lot of the teams in the HSS have been playing the Queensland men's teams at the moment. There's a few of them running around, the men's open and the men's reserves. They've been playing
Aren't those challenging games?
Indeed they are. Some of them are brilliantly coached too, I might add. So.
Do you coach?
Funny you should say that.
There we go. Small world.
Indeed it is. So, and of course the QUT side took on the Firebirds last Tuesday night. So that was a pretty interesting match. I'm not allowed to say the result, but saw a bit of that. It was pretty impressive. So turnover time here. The ball falls to Houston. Looks like Mackenzie Jordan's been pinged for a contact. And Friday at the GA spot comes out of the circle. They go long. Oh, loose ball. I thought Ridley could have had a crack at that. Or Irvin even. So Friday with it. Goes down to Covey. She can't hold it.
Bit of a misplaced ball there, I think.
So,
but they'll have a second chance. And I think Farrell might just put this one up.
She shoots
As
and
she
scores.
does.
Looked very good today. So had a few injury problems late last year. But today she has looked $1 million.
Yeah, and she's a veteran of the game, so you can see why they've brought her back on.
Indeed.
Into the league.
Brilliant work there by Ava Black, maintaining balance. Schuster with it, can't find the shooter. Falls to it now. O'Kane shoots. She's had a bit of heat on some of these shots. No mistake on that one. Margin is back to 14, 37-23. It's a 4-2 quarter at the moment to the Jets. So they didn't win the second quarter. Condren sat most of that out. In fact, all of it, I think. So that makes a big difference when she's on the court, Hannah. When Condren's on the court, it really gives them a bit of drive
absolutely.
coming out the back. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can tell she's got those leadership skills in there too. She really pulls that circle together.
So Friday with it does a 360, eventually finds Hams. And that was brilliant work by Ridley. Long shot is successful. Beryl doesn't mind a longie.
Yeah, Friday and Cubby are working that circle beautifully, just moving as each other goes.
It's a new combination this year, but
it is.
It's an old combination from last year. They were at Wildcats together.
Yeah, and it's so different than watching a holding shooter. I think it's awesome that they've got that mix that they can kind of look at who their defender is and just put on those 3 shooters throughout the game and back each and every one of them.
Absolutely, as the goal is scored for the Bull Sharks. Margin is 13. Of course, all our games are coming to you from the Moray Field Sports and Event Centre. For those of you wondering which court is this, as is some of our friends in Victoria, Deepak Patu, how are you, sir? So, one of the Queensland great male players.
There you go.
Just throwing that in there. So the ball falls back to the Jets. Cubby has it. No, we're going outside the circle. No, we're not. Right on the edge. Friday will shoot long. Misses. Ball falls to the Bull Sharks. This defensive duo of Irving and Ridley doing well. Ooh.
I know, they've been fantastic today, and Ridley is so fast down that court. As soon as there's a turnover, she just goes flying down there.
Well, she's not alone in this team. They're all lightning. There you go. There's
Oh,
Ava Black.
there's
That
Black.
shows you some pace right there. So I should have a foot race. It'll be very entertaining.
They should really do that, the sprint
Yes.
like the AFL do at the
Absolutely. I
final.
wonder if they do sprints. They're all from the coast. There's another intercept. That time, I believe it was Ridley. So very impressive effort. Two defenders. In a way, they've kept them in the game.
Oh, look, I really said they have.
So a few missed shots, but a few loose passes into the circle. If they could correct that, they're going to be a real force in this competition. 38-25. We've got 7:37 to play.
Fennell's back on to take the shot, but passes off. And O'Kane sinks that.
Just a technical thing. O'Kane, when she shoots, the ball comes from the very back of her hand, which is why she's pushing them. A few times she's gone completely over the ring. If she could just get it on her fingertips a little bit, give a little bit more finesse on the ball, you'll probably find the shooting will improve.
Wonder if that's something the coach will be saying.
Well, they've got one of the best coaches in the world in Nicole Cusack down there, and she was an Australian diamond playing GA, so I think it'll be addressed pretty quickly. So, but if you listen to Nicole,
That's what your next comment is.
so the ball back to the Bull Sharks. Oh, great hands there by Beryl Friday, except we've got an obstruction call. Funny game, netball. We've got an umpire about 2 feet away, not allowed to call it, but the one on the far side can.
I know,
bizarre, isn't it?
it is.
You know, so
And only 2.
not that I'm saying it was a bad call, but
I think that's the least amount of umpires. Most
Yeah.
sports have. Basketball's got 3.
yeah, absolutely.
AFL's got about 20 umpires in
Oh.
the field.
That's it.
Tennis get a chair.
They do. They do just sit down for the whole
So
game.
hats off to our umpires.
But they get the kink net
Well,
going
we're
out from
getting
side
it.
to
Yeah,
side. That's got
that's
to
true.
be irritable. So ball with, looks like Burns. She finds the shooter in O'Kane. Oh, that one came off the very back of the hand and hit the front of the ring. Oh, Condon's everywhere at the moment.
She was waiting for that one.
She's like a bad rash. She's everywhere. So,
A stunning bad rash, though, of course.
indeed. Except we can't say that. So, the ball falls out to... And a shot there from Fennell misses. And Kane can't get the rebound. It's back with McKeely Hock. So Hock's gone to centre. She's the third mid-quarter for the Jets. They only have 2 recognised mid-quarters and Hock. They lost 2 goal attacks, a centre and a defender, and they replaced them with 2 defenders and 2 attacks this year. So Hock will have to play a little bit of mid-court this year. So the ball falls back to O'Kane. She shoots. Just a technical issue with her hand there. Once that's addressed, she'll be a force to be reckoned with. Pollock with it now, finds Hams. Back to Pollock. There you go, another fun fact. Pollock
Already?
and Hams are sisters-in-laws.
Sister-in-laws.
Yes.
They do.
Hams, Pollock married Hams' brother. There you go. Does that make them
goodness.
sisters-in-laws? I think it does, doesn't
It does.
Yes, there you go.
Is there anything you don't know about the players?
I'm pretty close to the Jet side because I've been around them a bit, you know, because they're the old
course.
Lions team, so I know a few of the players
I
fairly
was
well.
wondering how you picked up that fun
So,
fact.
and we'll keep the fun facts going. Their manager is the sister of Hams. There you
My
go.
goodness.
And the CEO is Hams' mother. There you go. So it's a family connection.
Yeah,
There. So,
that's nice.
I know. Keep it in the family, which is good.
Oh, that's very netball, though.
It is, isn't it? So 38-26. Margin is 12. The difference of three-quarter time was 12. So the Bull Sharks have an absolute opportunity here to grab 2 competition points.
They'll definitely be wanting that, even if they can't get the win.
O'Kane misses another fairly easy one.
Yeah, and I don't think she was quite motivated to get that rebound. I think she was a bit disheartened by that miss again.
It's what you do next that matters.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what happens. Like, we all make mistakes, but it's what you do next to rectify
Oh,
it.
she's being subbed off for Mackenzie.
Yeah, Mackenzie Jordan back on. She might want to hurry. So, obviously, coach not happy with that last miss.
No.
Friday with it. And another fun fact,
I'm ready.
the Jets have played more games in this competition than anyone else. They played 27. This is their 28th game. It's just the way it worked out with
Why is
finals,
that?
because they played more finals than others. So they made the major final and had to play prelim.
Of
So,
course.
yeah. And the next best is the Cougars, who
Well,
we'll see
they've
later
got the
today.
experience.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So there you go. Fun facts.
So many.
It's pretty sad that I know all this, isn't
No.
it?
And that's why you're here.
I really need to get out
That's
more.
why you're here, Milsey.
So, Beryl Friday passes off. Charlie Bell's come back on for Cubby.
They're loving those rotating subs today, aren't they?
Yeah, commentator's nightmare, but
Makes it such a different game, doesn't it?
yeah, it's much easier when you've got to stop and have a substitution.
Definitely. And we
I
can
can
write
write
it
down my
and-
stuff.
Yeah.
So, a goal there to Friday gets the margin out to 14. The window might have passed for the Bull Sharks to win the quarter. And we've got a
Timeout for the
timeout.
Jets.
Timeout Jets. So, Tracy Jeans Fraser just wants to sort out these last 2:46.
It's interesting that she's called timeout. I mean, they're up 40-26, so
Only up 2 in the quarter, so she probably just wants to put a few processes in place for
there we go.
the last 2:26.
She wants those points.
2:46. Yeah, absolutely.
That is a competitive coach.
You clearly don't know Tracy. Yes, one of the most competitive coaches I ever meet. She was men's coach in 98-99. They were the first 2 times the Queensland men's ever won, but we'll listen in.
The best thing that we need to make sure that we're doing is shortening up our movements, okay?
Yeah.
We're trying to still go nice and long, and that's when they're coming through on it because we're quite stationary. So when we poke at it or we stand weight, that's when they're coming through. So let's make sure we utilise the fake, show the umpires that they're coming through hard and utilise and on the body. Okay, all right. Some really nice work in there between you two. Some great hedging too. All
Let's
right.
cut in rather than
All right.
sideline.
So there's a term I haven't heard before, great hedging. What do you think that means? I have no clue.
Hedging.
like
Kinda
hedge your bets
sheeping?
each way?
I don't know.
I'm not sure, yeah. Maybe they're doing
We'll
a bit of
have to
gardening
ask her.
outside. You know,
Maybe.
just trimming the hedge. I really don't know.
The
I
team
haven't heard that
colours are
term before.
green.
We love a good cliche, or we love a good key word in netball. So, but
Yeah, and that's what I love about Tracy Jeans Fraser is that it doesn't matter how far up they are, she's got more things to say, and the girls just take that on straight away.
what I love about Tracy Jeans Fraser is she calls it like it is.
Absolutely.
She's a very straight shooter. So, a big shout out to Jemison Power, not playing this year. She was with the Wildcats last year, and of course she's a big fan of Lily Cubby as well. So they formed a formidable team last year. So great shot there from Fennell. Gets the margin back to 13. It was 12 at the 3/4 time break. O'Brien at wing attack. Cubby in at goal attack. Bell at shooter. This is a chance. They need to score here, the Bull Sharks. It's their centre pass next. They could win the quarter.
I'll be pretty impressed if
Get
they can.
excited, Hannah Davies.
I know. I was rooting for them in that second quarter.
You were. Oh, no, hands in from O'Brien. And it falls to Pollock. She pulls it in. Back to Pollock now. They need this turnover. McKeely Hock at the centre. And we've got another turnover call. This time it's Bell. Contact on Bell. So 1:55 to play. A long ball. Oh, Fennell does well and then doesn't do well.
So Black's back into wing defence. I think she's played about every centre position.
She really has.
going
And
today,
moving
hasn't
around.
she? And she moves seamlessly between them.
Okay, Jordan McKenzie can be a hero, and she chooses to be. So that makes the margin 11. They're leading the quarter by 1. A goal here could give them 2 competition points.
And when it comes to finals, those competition points are everything.
Both shooters out of the circle. Jordan McKenzie, my goodness.
What a drive.
And her name's actually Mackenzie Jordan, my apologies. So she scores there. And margin is now 10. So. Oh, beautifully picked
Evan.
off.
Oh, yeah.
Just goes offside.
Just over the line.
Could be vital. Margin, 11. It was 12 at the 3/4 time break. So we're inside the last minute, 54 seconds to go. The ball with the Jets. Falls to Bell. She'll probably make no mistake and doesn't. So it comes down to this one. Whoever scores next will probably win the quarter and take 2 competition points. Fennell looks long, goes to the pocket. McKeely Hock, the underrated McKeely Hock, pulls that in. Read that like the John Grisham. And Abby Houston goes long. Back at you.
Goodness, it's a battle of the defenders, isn't it?
It is indeed. And Charlie Bell gets a hand in. We got 20 seconds. This is vital. We're inside the last 13 seconds. Pollock gets a hand on it. It falls to Cubby. Cubby finds Bell. Could have done a layup. She stops. She props. And misses. Gets her own board. No, she doesn't. No contact call. 3 seconds to go. The ball with the Jets. They want the quarter. There won't be time. So the margin of 12 means it's a drawn quarter, so they get a point each.
They get a point each. Well, that's not too bad.
Very anticlimactic. I was building that up to a massive crescendo.
A point each, though, is better than no points for the Bull Sharks.
Absolutely.
They've got a lot in them for the next few weeks, so they'll like that, if nothing else.
Actually, I might have done the maths wrong here. It might be a 9-8 quarter to the Jets. I'm not quite sure. Well, anyway, we'll give them a point, and if they take it off them later, it's not my fault. So your first game with us, 42-29. It falls to the way of the Jets. Did it go as you expected, Hannah Davies?
Look, I think we were expecting the Jets to come out and likely have a win, given their position last year. I was probably hoping that the Sharks would have fought back a little harder on the scoreboard, but watching it today, I think it was a much more competitive game than maybe this score quite alludes to.
So there's a lot of things to like about the Bull Sharks. We'll start with them first. The rotation of the defenders, like Shanae Grant, the captain, didn't see a lot of court time because of the success of Ridley and Irving. They proved to be dynamic.
They stood out for me. Irvin in particular, she was on everything. And like I was saying before, she had to come up against some pretty phenomenal shooters from the Jets. They were rotating constantly, and I think she just took it in her stride each time.
You throw over black there at WD, it's got speed to burn and elevation plenty, so that's a really good sign for them. Just struggled a little bit to find their shooters, and when their shooters got on, just a bit hit and miss with their shots.
I think that's where they need to go back to the drawing board there, was just putting those shots in. I think O'Kane was there each time, but I think a few missed feeds and missed shots just...
First game of the season blues for them, and then we go to the Jets. Well, it's hard to pick a standout player. They were all pretty. It was a pretty team effort, but who would be your best for them, you reckon?
Look, I think Bridie coming off sick and then coming back on to have a stellar quarter, I think that's pretty up there for me.
Well, she didn't play at all in the second quarter, and that's the one they lost by 2, and then she came back on, and they...
shows how much they need her.
Pretty much dominate, yeah. Well, she's a massive presence in there. I thought O'Brien was her regular solid best, did a lot of great things. Most of the passes were good. I mean, there's obviously going to be a few connection issues in the first game of the season, but I thought she was great. And the shooters, well, it's hard to pick the best shooter. Probably Charlie Bell because of volume, but I thought Beryl Friday was good.
Yeah, I think we were expecting big things from Bell, and I think she definitely followed through. And to see Beryl on the team as well as Cubby, especially Cubby going to that goal shooter position. I mean, she's a pretty short player, and I think she moved well, and she really stood her own in there.
Indeed, she did. So that wraps up the second game of, the first game of 3 today, second game for the round that we're doing. We've got 2 more to come. We'll be on air again just before 3 o'clock, 5 to 3 we go live, and that's for the Carina Lees Club Tigers taking on the USC Thunder in what should be a pretty good match. That one, they're 2-2 lifetime playing against each other, so they're 2 clubs that are fairly well spaced.
Definitely.
So that should be a very good match and a bit of a new lineup for both sides. The Thunder have seemed to have got slightly stronger.
They have.
And it's a bit of a rebuilding year for the Carina Lees Club Tigers. So that game from just before 3, so join us then. My name's Dave Mills. I've been joined in commentary by none other than Hannah Davies from the Courier Mail. Hannah, you'll be back for the next one?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to bringing that to you. And as always, people, be brilliant and bye for now.